Pajemski has it. Here come the screens. Curry.
Down by 2 with 3.3 seconds left. The Suns know exactly where the ball is going to go. But see, despite that, they still can't stop what's about to happen.
Comes free. Gets the ball. Puts up a three-pointer. Bang! Steph Curry!
That cold-blooded turnaround 30-footer has shot the Warriors up back to 500. And don't look now, folks. The Golden State Warriors have risen back from the dead and are playing like champs once again. The big win against Phoenix was just one of the wins they racked up in their recent 5-game winning streak. And in that game, the chef just kept cooking. I mean, check out this play. Here's Steph going up against the 7-foot Kevin Durant. He spins, then steps back before launching a rainbow three. But see, here's the crazy thing. Even before the shot drops, he already turned the other way around as if he knew it was going to go in all along. And if we're going to pinpoint the reasons behind their dramatic mid-season turnaround, then we got to start with these guys. I mean, in their game against Indiana, the baby-faced assassin just went completely nuts and unleashed a 3-point shooting spree like no other.
You've gotten a few stops and you're scoring so well on your side. That's how you're getting a tiny bit of separation. Oh my goodness.
Come on! No matter where he goes. Steph, another three. 11. Good to see Moses get healthy on this trip. Steph just hit that from South Bend.
Steph splashed down 11 threes in that game and ended up with 42 points. But as I mentioned earlier, Steph is just one piece of the puzzle, because Draymond has also been playing like his old self. I mean, like his old all-star self. Look at this one. Draymond is at the post. Pajemski sets a back pick to Wiggins to free him up, and the moment he slips inside, Draymond throws a nice bounce pass right on the money as Wiggs just picks it up and scoops it in. And here, after Steph gave a back pick to Kuminga, Draymond sets him up with an on-point alley-oop, just like in the good old days. Now, apart from that play, here's another oop from Dre to JK that rocked the entire arena.
It's only the second team foul. Meanwhile, the Warriors have only one team foul here in the fourth. Green gets it, goes inside, throws it up, and Kuminga!
Draymond had 9 dimes in that game. But see, while this was quite expected, the thing that was surprising about Draymond in that game was his scoring. Steph throws a nice pass to Draymond here off a pick and roll. And just take a look at what Draymond pulled off here. He just sits in midair and goes for the up and under for the deuce, as if he's Kyrie Irving. But here's the play of the night for me. Draymond just muscles his way against Nurkic, and after making the bucket, he shouts at him, telling him he's too small. And in the final moments of the game, he pulled another trick in his bag and fooled Nurkic yet again.
Wiggins to Draymond Green. Green sees an opening layup, banks it home.
Draymond dropped 15 points in that game. But you know who else is clicking as of late? Jonathan Kuminga. I mean, after venting his frustrations against his own coach some weeks back, JK channeled his anger on the court since then, and the results were catastrophic for the opposing teams.
Here on yes. Cam Johnson with 13.7 rebounds. Kuminga!
I mean, against the Nets, JK was super aggressive and just bullied whoever was in front of him. Here's Kuminga going downhill. He suddenly switches gears and just erased the backpedaling Cam Johnson out of the picture for the easy layup. Well, how about this? JK dances with Bridges. Then he just pounces him inside and forces his way for 2. It was already out of hand when Kuminga began to take over. But before the game ended, JK delivered a parting gift with a little help coming from Brandon Pajemski.
At 98. Curry forced to give it up. Pajemski, the cutter. Kuminga!
Kuminga had a double-double of 28 points and 10 rebounds against the Nets. And if you're going to take a look at his scoring log, you'll find that Kuminga has now scored double figures for 31 games straight. The evolution of Jonathan Kuminga is finally in its final phase, and he's now getting unleashed. But see, he's not the only young gun whose game has exploded recently. I mean, the Dubs super rookie, Brandon Pajemski, has been playing like a grizzled veteran during their 5-game winning streak. If you take a look at the Dubs stat during that period, you'll notice that Pods was actually the guy who played the minutes with 31.5 per game. And out of the minutes he's been given, he made the most out of it by putting up a solid stat line of 10 points, 5 assists, 7 rebounds, 1 steal, while shooting 38.5% from the field. During the Phoenix game, Pods showed that he's not your typical rookie by making tough shots like this.
Wojciechowski. The impressive rookie gets inside.
And apart from that, here's another one. Saric throws a forward pass to Pods, and as soon as he nears the rim, he shows the ball to KD before going to the other side, reverse style. And check out this one. With 5 seconds left on the shot clock, Pods plays with his foot, crosses him up, then sidesteps to the right before drilling a high arching 3 with Nurkic bothering him. The Dubs role players are stepping up big time as of late, and has been an integral part of their mid-season turnaround. Now, speaking of which, the return of Gary Payton II in the lineup has also helped the Dubs in a huge way during their winning period, especially when it comes to tightening the screws on the defensive end. I mean, you can see that GP2 is already way behind on this play. But check this out. Allen tries to go reverse here, and out of nowhere, GP2 gets in the picture and smacks his shot attempt against the backboard. Now in this possession, GP2 shows his active hands to get a steal from KD, and just races down on the other end for the explosive finish. Playing hounding defense has always been GP2's calling card since day one. But in the Suns game, he also showed up on the offensive end to chip in some buckets in the scoring column. Steph uses his GP2's pick here. Then, when the gap shows up, GP2 fills the lane and throws down a hammer. And in the second quarter, GP2 got the crowd out of their seats with this insane alley-oop.
Phoenix, despite all the turnovers, 10 of them, only down 4. Oh!
But see, it didn't end there. Because look at this play here. Wojciechowski throws an alley-oop, which is a bit off the mark. But even though that's the case, GP2 is still able to grab the ball while adjusting his body in mid-air just to lay this one through. Anyway, all of the guys that I just talked about have somehow helped the Dubs in one way or another during their recent winning streak. But the player that people tend to always overlook is Klay Thompson. Now, I know that the media and some fans have been counting out Klay this season due to the all-time shooting slump that he's currently going through. But most people don't realize that back in their blowout win against the Jazz, Klay is actually the Dubs' best player and shot the lights out to prove the naysayers that he's not done just yet.
Speed versus size tonight. Klay Thompson, player in the game.
You ended the half so well and you have momentum now. George gets,
You may not have the legs in the second half you do in the first.
it's probably a factor.
Oh, Klay! Something never done. That pass stolen away. Klay pushing with GP2. Back to Klay. Night-night.
The other half of the Splash Brothers splashed 26 points in that game, while hitting 11 out of 19 from the field and 3 out of 7 from downtown. And though he's struggling really badly this season, you still can't erase Klay's name in the scouting report because on any given night, he can still put up numbers like this when he's in the zone. Anyway, do you think that this is finally the start of the turnaround for the Dubs? And with the lineup that they have right now, can they make a deep run in the playoffs? Let me know your thoughts on this by dropping your comments below. And until then, see you in the next video.